Hi everybody, it's me again, Charles Norm from Sports Solutions LLC. We are the creators of Athletic SOS. If you use our software and your kid is trying to get an athletic scholarship, we'll show you all the schools they qualify to attend based on their academic information, the sport of their choice, and the level that they can participate for college sports. And so we'll give you that list and you guys can work through there, and we show you how to work through that. We also have a version for high schools, travel club programs, and even nonprofits at this point. We're growing the software, and we're going to make some more changes for it. But the biggest piece of that is we don't charge you to use the software. Our goal is to get this software in the hands of every single student athlete that wants to play at the next level. And as far as our high school and travel club versions and all those other versions, we also have an academic only feature in there now, so that every kid, even the ones that aren't going to play at the next level, can use our software. So just clearing that up, we're growing really well right now. We're very excited about how many kids we're starting to help out. We've been at this about 5 years, but the last 2 years since the pandemic happened, we've just exploded with people trying to figure out what their next move is going to be. So in this one, I want to talk about scarcity and artificial scarcity, really, to think about it. One of the things that people are always asking me about, especially parents, is, well, I heard there's only like 1 or 2% of the kids that play high school sports that are even going to get a chance to play at the collegiate level. And, you know, what are the odds of that? You know, I don't want my kids spending all their time working on, you know, sports when something else is more important. Their academics is more important, and I need to make sure they go to the right school, and, you know, on and on and on. And we do this in our lives all the time. And so what I want to bring up, this past weekend, me and my wife, it was our anniversary. And so there was a certain place we wanted to go, and we wanted to go to this particular supper club. And so what we had to do is we put a plan together. Things I'm telling you guys, I wanted to position us the best possible way for us to get a chance to see this show, because the show is sold out. So the first thing we did, we go online and we try to make reservations. It's a dinner show type situation. It's called a supper club. But anyway, so we're trying to do that, and there's no reservations. And I'm looking out, you know, months. And I got so into it, I'm a year out and still no reservations at all. Now, they had a regular dinner time, right, between 5:30 and 9:30 for dinner, if you want to have dinner. But then they have from 10 o'clock on, there is a late night dinner show type situation. I said, okay, well, we can do that. We'll go have dinner somewhere else. We'll come back here and we'll just have some dessert or something, right? Sold out. Can't get in. Nothing's there. So then that was the next thing we did. We decided to stay at the hotel where the show was being held. We figured we'd go to the concierge and we'd have a better chance of getting in. And this is a fantastic hotel. So it was not like we downgraded to stay here at that hotel, get there. So we decided to stay at that hotel. And I'm going to tell you, that turned out to be one of the best things we did. That hotel was just remarkable. We usually go to another place, and this place was, you know, a little bit more expensive, but we got, you know, you get used to something, and we were known at the other place, but this was a whole nother level. So glad we did that. So we get there and we go to the concierge, and even the concierge says, oh, you know, it's tough. It's really, we have to be like 6 to 8 months out. They go, well, if you come back, you know, later in the year, I can set you up now for something in November. But we said, well, just try. She goes, I'll try. And so we left that alone, right? Then the next thing I had done was online, there's a website, and I'm not going to give that website out because I kind of don't like what they do. But anyway, people have bought all of the tickets up, all of the reservations up, and they'll sell them to you. And so I hate that situation, but I said, you know what, but you have to bid on it. So I said, okay, I'm going to bid, you know, some money on here and see what happens. And so that might be our last ditch effort. So anyway, so I did all that, and I'm going to bring this around to sports and getting athletic scholarships. So long story short, first day we stay at the hotel. Oh, we also changed usually we go Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. We usually go about 5 days. And so we were going to do it again, but this time we just went, we added an extra day on a weekday, because we figured if anything's going to open up, it's going to be on a weekday. So we extended that out that way. All I'm saying is I'm putting us in position to get to do what we want to do, to go where we want to go, to do something we want to do. What ended up happening for us? The second day we were there at the hotel, we get a call, the concierge, hey, I can get you in at 5:30 on a Tuesday. Do you guys want it? And we said, yes, a little early to eat. We want to see the show. You know, we are adults. We don't need to eat at 5:30. We're not there yet where we need to eat so early in the day. But okay, we'll go and we'll take that reservation. And the other condition with that 5:30 reservation is the supper show part of it. the show part doesn't start until 6:30, so you're an hour in, and you only get 2 hours seating time. So they've got all these rules, and I almost don't want to go now, right? It's getting a little bit weird for me that, you know, I'm spending my money, but all these conditions are set. But sometimes that's the way the situation is. So anyway, we get there at 5:20 because we're thinking we get in line, we have reservations, we want to get a good seat so we can see the show really well. And so we're in line. So we get there at 5:20. There's a group in front of us, a group of 4. And this is the kicker for me. It's a group of 4 in front of us. And so we stand in line and I go, wow, you guys got a table for 4. How long in advance did you have to do your reservations? And here's what they told me. And I didn't see this anywhere. And I do my homework here. They said, no, all you have to do is get here when the place opens at 5:30 and sit at the bar. I go, what? So there's a bar in there that as long as no one else is in those seats, you can come in and you can just sit at the bar. So basically we could have come in, had dinner somewhere else, come here, sat at the bar, and you can order food at the bar. So anyway, so we get in there and we get great seats because we got there early. And so I slipped the waiter a few more bucks to move us from one table to another. So because it's our anniversary, right? We want to have a good time. But I think my end point on this thing is, if we would have known that you could have just sat at the bar, we could have had dinner somewhere else. We really wanted to have dinner, which we did later on in the week, so I won't mess that up. And the dinner was fine there. It was overpriced, way overpriced, but we did get a dinner and a show. So I'm not going to complain about anything, but I think what I was trying to say is sometimes just do what you need to do to position yourself. So let's transition that experience to, one more thing I wanted to talk about. I've been in systems for a long time and I've worked in government, right? I told you guys I retired and this is what I'm doing now. This is our family business and a couple of partners I have. And so one of the things I would tell you about appointment systems, and you guys have done DMV and things like that, especially government systems. What people normally do is they go in, they make an appointment, and then they try to do a walk-in anywhere because the appointments are far out. You guys know if you try to get an appointment anywhere, and it's because people double dip. And there's no way for the system to pick up when you come and actually walk in and it's not so busy and you decide to stay and go ahead and take care of your business outside of your appointment. People don't go back and cancel their appointments. And so that's another thing you guys need to realize is go ahead and make an appointment online, but please cancel your appointments. And that's the same thing we did. We had another dinner set up just in case we didn't get into this dinner show. I actually went back in and I canceled my dinner reservation. It's just courtesy, everybody. Just do that. And all the appointment systems for all the government offices will magically become available because people went in, they already got done what they needed to do. They didn't want to wait 2 months to go do something at the DMV or wherever else you're going to do stuff. Just go back and cancel your reservation or your appointment. It's very easy. That's just courtesy. Anyway, so what does this have to do with you trying to get an athletic scholarship? And so the numbers, again, I'm going to go through the numbers. So basically there are 8 million kids playing high school athletics. And there's 450 to 470, maybe 480,000 college positions for sports. And so out of those, let's say 450,000, at least 3, your freshmen, sophomore, and juniors are all just moving up a year. So there's only one set of those, maybe 125,000 that are available, right, for you to try to get a spot. So if you look at 8 million and maybe 125, 130,000, it doesn't fit. But out of those 8 million, the real numbers are how many are playing varsity? And so that's another 4 years. So maybe there's 1 million playing varsity. And then how many of those varsity players really are at the level that they can play at the collegiate level? And so that number starts to shrink. And then you look at the ones that are capable physically of playing and competing at the collegiate level. And how many of those took the right courses? So many don't do that. And then the ones that took the right courses, how many have the right grades, right? And then how many are playing your sport? And so it goes on and on and on. And so that number starts to shrink. And then the final one is how many people put themselves in position to get recognized by college? Not just the ones that they want to go to. What happens if those fall through? What's next? And that's what I see the most of is kids think they have something, families think they have something set up, and then that college doesn't come through and they're stuck. They're out of luck. They don't know what to do next. So that's where Athletic SOS comes in. If you use our software, and remember, no cost to use our software. I've explained before in previous videos how we make money. So families, you don't have to pay for it. Schools, nonprofits, travel club. If you have a legitimate travel club program or nonprofit that is helping youth, I will